Good afternoon, everybody. Can you hear me okay? Okay, now I have to cross off my speech, all the things that everybody else already said that I was going to say. And it was only 2 pages to begin with. But thank you, Leanne. I learned what Chabad meant. Welcome, Senator Blumenthal, Congressman DeLauro, Provost Salave, Mayor DeStefano, family, including my wife Patricia, my son Philip, my stepdaughter Ann, friends, supporters. I'm so happy you're here today because today we are all Chabadians. This is a very, very different Yale than the one I attended way back when. Our country was, to be sure, then at war, but it was a draft and everybody was or could be involved. Now the burden is borne by a special few, including the senator's son, and I am going to propose that we have a plaque on the Chabad wall putting the name of everyone who has served the U.S. in the armed forces who has been affiliated with Chabad. Yale was different in a lot of other ways. There were no women undergraduates. Now that was our loss. Think about it. Women, as we know, are 52% of the population and 60% of the intellect. There were also, at Yale, there was a different approach to minorities. Spoken or unspoken, written or understood, there was opportunity for all the deserving Jews to go to Yale as long as the amount did not exceed 8%. Then, in 1963, a man named Kingman Brewster, God rest his soul, a great man, became president. And he saw to it that things were different. He fought the forces of intolerance to help make Yale the better place it is today. And what happened then, and this is very important, the rest of the Ivy League followed. Yale was the leader then. Yale is the leader now. And with such as the Chabad House, Yale will be the leader in the future. So, where do we go from here? We go here. Already there, just 15 months of construction, aggravation, frustration, and all that goes with it. But we'll be there. This is like opening day. The building dedication, I imagine, would be like the World Series. There's a columnist in the New York Times, David Brooks. Many of you have heard of him. And he recently wrote a column on the subject of Hamish. And he was talking about the Chabad houses on campuses that produce this special quality. Now, what does Hamish mean? It means a hominess, a warmth. Well, these folks have it. If any two humans on earth have Hamish, it's the Rosensteins. For a number of reasons, I had never planned personally to have more than one home. But it shows to Goya that you make plans and the Lord laughs. And now I have a second home, but the good news is we all have the second home. Chabad Yale. Thus, I am announcing what many of you already know or have inferred, or Shua has said, that as the lead donor, I will be presiding, nurturing, and while men can't give birth, this will be the closest I can come to the Bender Chabad House at Yale University. And can give something to the current classes and to the future generations that my bunch, my peers, never had. I and Chabad at Yale have been blessed to have two wonderful partners, the late Martin Berger and my dear friend Brad. Marty, as you all know, was supposed to be here today, but while he has left this earth physically, every day that we are here, he is here. I wish to thank all the other generous and compassionate donors who've come from so long a ways and given so much of themselves and their resources, and also members of the Chabad board, Jonathan Weiss, Shmuley, and Shia Hecht, who are here, And I would finally, told you it would be a quick one, finally like to thank my parents, the late Alice Lewin Bender, Yale Music School class of 34, and the late Jacob Bender, Yale College class of 34, to whom I dedicate this building. I would like to think that they would be as proud of it as we all are. Actually, I know they would be.
Thank you so much, Norman. Before we go to the groundbreaking and unveiling of the sign of the future Chabad House at Yale, I have to just say thank you to all those that came here today and to all those that contributed. And if I could, I would give a tribute to every single person that's here and every single person that's made it possible for students to gather every Friday night or every holiday or every Saturday morning or every class, whatever takes place at the Chabad House at Yale. And in my heart, I do pay that tribute. But there's a couple people here today that I feel I should give a special gift to, honoring the commitment that they have made to the Chabad House at Yale. And I hope that you'll join me in thanking them for their generous commitment. We are coming soon to the holiday of Rosh Hashanah, and it's an honor and pleasure to give to Mr. Norman Bender, the chairman of the board of Chabad at Yale and the lead donor to the Chabad at Yale building campaign, this beautiful shofar for the holiday of Rosh Hashanah that's inscribed, presented to Mr. Norman L. Bender, 67, in appreciation of your support and dedication. Chabad at Yale University groundbreaking ceremony, September 18th, 2011, 19 Elul 5771. Norman, please come up.
You know, they always say be careful of a surprise gift because you may give someone something they already have. No danger here.
You want to talk about it? Or you want to talk? You want to say hi? You want to say hi?
To my dear friend and partner from 3,000 miles away, Mr. Brad Berger, class of 77.
I already have 2 of these, so I'll have to figure out where to put it.
And now, before we conclude, it's my honor and pleasure to ask Mrs. Karen Berger, Leslie, and Greg to please come and accept a gift and tribute in honor of the late Martin Berger.
My father and my brother committed a wonderful building that will be constructed. We're just very humbled and honored, and thank you everyone for your love and support. And we really look forward to being here next year when it opens. Thank you.
I now ask Senator Blumenthal, Provost Salovey, Mr. Berger, Mr. Bender, to please join me on the left side of the dais.
Going out.
It's going in, it's going in.
Not the back of the show.
Brad?
That's the back of the shovel.
Oh, it's on the back of the show. Yes.
I wasn't going to say it.
It's time the Senate did a little work.
This is a ground shovel. This is a shovel-ready project.
All right.
Jeff, Leslie, Karen. Karen.
Yes. You guys want to turn? Wait a minute, and it will be your.
This is a happy shovel.
The heels, they didn't think that us women. Thanks, thank you.
Pat.
Phil,
Kids
Ann.
ought to-
Hey.
Yeah, she wanted his
Ruffle.
You guys want to have a turn?
My
with
wife's
Jeff?
here. See you in a second.
You guys,
Ruffalo, say thank you to the Senator. Janelle, please.
get some
Where's Pat?
of this out.
Right here, right here.
Ruffalo, say thank you to Senator
Pat, come up
Blumenthal
here.
for.
Take a shovel.
There we go.
Good job. Which one?
Well done.
Janelle, please. This kid has a future.
Good job. One more?
All right.
Okay.
Provost, let's go. We just get one picture in the center. Pat, please come in.
One more.
Need the side of the sun.
We got one more.
Pat, please.
All right. How about a high five? Okay.
Senator, we'll have to get you one of those Chabad Yale t-shirts. They're very, very, very attractive.
I didn't want to stand so you don't block the side.
Stand over here, so we get over here.
Jonathan.
Side, on either side. Folks, let's come on
Shmuley.
either side of
Shia.
everybody, let's come on either side of the, this is a happier occasion.
Yeah, really.
Norman, please.
Board members should do it.
Yes.
Stand so you don't block the side. Okay, that's enough shoveling. Sam, take the shovel. That's it. Excellent shovel.
Let's take a picture of everybody here. Can we get a picture from behind of everybody? Sure. Yeah.
Possibly get Jonathan.
Jonathan Weiss and Larry Weiss.
Congresswoman.
Mayor? Where's the mayor? Folks, following all the photo ops, everybody's welcome to join us at the Chabad House for a wine reception. Building the city.
Well done.
Come here.
I am so proud to be here this day, which in a sense is a great milestone, but also a new beginning. A great beginning of Chabad at Yale in a much more active and solidified way. And this place will be an anchor for so many people, a place of faith and spiritual guidance, but also a lot of fun times and great relationships with each other. So today, for me as a parent of a Yale student, as an alumni of the law school, and as a citizen of Connecticut, is an enormously meaningful and powerful day.